Hi, okay, in this video I'm going to be putting coils in the Avocado 24. Now the coils I'm going to be putting in there are going to be actually staple coils, 8-ply staple coils. Anyway, so this is how I do it. First I need to wrap my coil, get my fingers out of the way in a sec. I like wrapping with one of these vices because, well, it just frees up your hands and it makes my life easy. So there we go. Right. Now get one of these out. Just little micro screwdrivers. I took the ends off so I could put that end in the drill, spin it, and rub that end down with some wet and dry, so it doesn't rip on my coils when I use these as coil tools. But there we go. Anyway, let's keep wrapping this coil. Oh, let's clear a bit more room. Alright, so we've wrapped in there. I've got these, I don't know, like plastic wrapped pliers, so they don't mark the fine wire on the outside. It's very thin. So I just keep pulling it round, wrapping it as tight as I can get it as I go. I'm going to go for 5 wraps because I find that the Avocado, for me at least, if I go for smaller coils, I can then get the temperature in my coils that my juice is nice at without actually making so much heat that the vapour is too warm. So that's me 4. Squeeze it over. Now try to get my 5th one. They're all quite tidy, but here we go with the 5th one. So I'll pull it in as I wrap the 5th one. So I've got the right amount of wire. And I only bend it as far as I want it, where I want it facing. I don't allow for any springing. Because if you do allow for springing, then the coil, I mean at the moment it's loose on there, but when I turn it back up it's tight on there again, so it's still 3mm. There we go. Right, now what I do, get these. Okay, so that's going to be my bottom leg. So I'll get my little jeweller's pliers there. I get my other little pliers. I bend that leg downwards. Now this side, I want the other way. Alright, so I want that one now, because this is my top leg. So I want to bend that one that way. That means that if anything, I've bent the wire or the coil towards the way that the cotton's going to go, so it's bent so it goes down and round, and that way it's bent so that as the cotton leaves it that way, if anything, I've bent the coil towards the cotton. You always want the cotton very snug against your coils, otherwise it gets hot and you can get scorching of the juice. Let's move that out of the way. Right, now on the bottom here, got one of those little ego adapters so that I can hold this in the vise without damaging my threads. Right, hopefully you can see and I can see as well. Right, let's go for the first one. So pop it back onto the little tool. Now feed the bottom leg in, and I rotate that top one around and feed him in. So I could lock this down, couldn't I? Right, there we go. So now I push him where I want him roughly. Right, that doing me there. So I'll get me little screwdriver bit. I'm just snugging him up for a minute. And the thing with these staple coils, as you can see, they actually, if I wanted to go for a spaced wrap coil, they open up rather nice on their own. But now, as I said, I'm only snugging him up briefly. Now that one there I want there, so I'm going to actually, now I've got this screwdriver against it, let's get me in a better position. On it. Now I can get the screwdriver against him to stop that coil, otherwise that would have bent out, that would have made it bend out. So I used that little part of the screwdriver, so I used to bully my coils around, which is quite good. Now this other end here, I'm actually planning on not bothering with a spaced coil, I'm going to go for a closed in coil. So I'm pushing them across now. Now I'm whipping them straight. That'll do it. The reason I've done it like that is because when you look at the top of the avocado, the posts are offset. That one's nice and on the outside if you like, that one's quite near the centre. So now that's put my coil in the centre. So it's going to line up nicely with my airflow. But anyway, this is a good little tool for tweaking them up the last little bit. It's opened up a bit, but we're not worried about that. Soon tweeze him in. Right, snip him off. Close as we can get. Some snipped off. Quickly pop the other one in. One I made earlier. Okay, so let's pop him in the bottom. Shorter leg on the top. Wiggle him in. Pretty much where I want him. Get these as, you want to get them as close as you can to being pretty damn spot on both of them, like the distances and all that, because the ohms are going to be slightly different otherwise when if you've got longer legs on one and short legs on the other. So yeah, you want to try. Let's stop that from moving, which is good. Right, cool. Now we're going to just bully him in. Get these little leads out of the way. Right, now I suppose we should start heating him up. Sorry about the bang. Let's pop him on this meter. Now I was aiming at, I'm just expecting this coming to about 0.15 sort of touch. 0.14. It's close enough. It's going on a mechanical, so I want it quite nice. You know, I want it to be at reasonable wattage by the time your batteries hit it. So right, let's pulse some coils first. Because these coils have got camphling inside, it's camphor ribbon. Because they've got camphling, camphor tends to sort of like, as the heat gets into it, it tends to sort of like warp the coils. I don't know what it does, contracts or something like that. take them in slowly. You can hear little like ticks. So put it over a bit more of that. Right, now give it a bit more pulsing. Looks like that one might be a little bit looser. Yeah, it was a bit looser. They're glowing a bit better. They're glowing a bit better. That's not too bad. Obviously, just removing the hot spots now. So they're reasonably centred now to the deck. Let's have a little zoom in. And they're glowing up reasonable. So that's good enough for me. Right, now we're going to need to wait for it to cool down. You won't have to wait at all because that'll happen like in a blink of an eye, but I have to wait for it to cool down. Okay, right, now we're going to wick it. So what I've got here is some cotton bacon. I tend to go for quite a lot of cotton bacon. What I do is I pull it all out puffy and then I roll it along something like that until I can get it nice and uniform around, compact. And I know if I've got the right amount for what I like is when I roll it tight as I can with my fingers, I can just post it through there. If I can do that, then that's good for me. I mean, some people will say more is less. Well, I like tight cotton. What's this in the middle? Shuffle it back and forward so that the coil settles. Now of course I can go tighter cotton in these chunky coils. If you've got delicate coils, maybe you can't. But anyway. So it's as much as I have to really crunch that in to get it to go through, but it will go through. And I'm also keeping this end pulled while I'm pulling this end. That tends to skinny up the cotton a bit. Right, now I'm going to cut it, and where I'm cutting it down to is just slightly below that tank line. So just basically I'm going down for where the glass is. And snipping it across there. I'll pick it up in a minute and show you. But yeah, I'm pulling it down to where the glass line is. Sniffing it there, sending up like that. Right, let me show you what I meant. Although I think I did explain it, but anyway. Yeah, so it's down to that glass line. time that pokes through, that'd be fine. Now what I'm doing to these is I'm doing my dicky bow tie bit again, like I often do, to sort out my cottons, because I'm going to reduce them. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to bring my scissors in here, and I've got to make sure I don't chop my coil in half, obviously. Because I've used so much cotton, I'm snipping in that side, guys. Take off the bottoms. I've got a lot less cotton there than I had a moment ago. Normally I do this on that, on top of the vise. Seeing as I'm doing it as a bit of a video. But yeah, I'm looking out the bottoms. So there we go. You know, I've seen other ways where people get a pick and they tear stuff out of there, but I don't know. Works for me. So let's get the last one. Good, I didn't chop the coils in half, so that's always good. I think I've still got a bit much. And I can put a bit out. Still want to feel about the same. It's to let the pressure into the tank or release the vacuum that keeps appearing. Right, so now I'll do, we've got a blunt needle. I fold that over with my blunt needle, start tucking that back in there. And as you can see, it's going in there reasonably easy. So I took enough off. Fold that one under to where it's got to go. Start pushing it down that little hole. They're all going there nice and easy enough, so definitely took enough off. It was a little bit awkward because of that fill pot. But yeah, we're good. It's all in the preparation. Don't really want to play with that wick once it's actually juiced up, because I'm more likely then to crush the wick and it stays crushed. Whereas now when I look from the outside, look, they're all poking through about the same. So probably good. Okay, so I might as well fire some in the tank really. Because I will be vaping this one this evening now. Probably on my VCM because it fits on there quite nicely without, it's only millimetre difference. So it works on there quite nice. Paint my wicks up. Even put a bit on that deck because it'll just go in there. After all, you can treat this as if it's a dripper. Just try to prime him up. Gun it in there. Lovely. Okay. But for now, we'll put it on the VT133. Let's just make sure it's primed up by you, looks good. Pulsing it and heating it drags the juice in much quicker. I'll just give this a little bit of a juice up so that it, well, for obvious reasons really. Right, that's where I want my airflow. See, the way now I've got my coils off centred to that post there, of course they're going to line up nicely with my airflow. Right, looking down through my light there, I want my coils nice and in the way of that airflow. See how she vapes. Lovely, but then again I have just smothered it in juice. But no, that is, well yes, that in fact, that is lovely. Quite happy. It was cotton bacon I used. That's quite nice stuff straight off the bat. Less than the tank for it really, and you've definitely lost all the taste if there was any taste there. And they're the way to go in my opinion. The old staple Claptons, staple fuse Claptons or whatever they're called. Anyway, thanks for watching then, bye bye, hope it helped.